Hey, I'm Brittany Noelle, and I'm gonna be your Sunny instructor for today. Today I'm gonna be taking you through a 20-minute elliptical. It's gonna be pretty easy. All we're gonna be doing is focusing on our pace, and I'm gonna be letting you know some small adjustments that we're gonna be making about every 5 minutes. So go ahead and get on your elliptical, and let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna just start off here with an easy warm-up for 5 minutes. I want you to make sure your resistance is all the way down. Again, if you're someone that has an elliptical that feels a little too loosey-goosey without any sort of resistance, just put it at resistance that's really comfortable. So again, we're not trying to do anything crazy today. We're trying to take it easy. We're gonna do like a little bit of pressing just to kind of help to get the blood flowing a little bit more. But it shouldn't feel too bad today, okay? So I want you to just go ahead, start to get into the rhythm here. I like to spend this first 5 minutes, again, just really getting connected with how your body feels on the elliptical. So just pay attention down at your feet, make sure that you're getting good even pressure throughout your foot, you're feeling that pressure on the balls of your feet, you feel like you can feel your big toe, your baby toe. We're working on all those elements here. Then let's go ahead and go into the ankles. Let's see how those are feeling. Do you feel like you got good mobility there? Let's go ahead and tap into how our hamstrings and our quads, the top of your legs are feeling. Let's talk about our glutes. Let's make sure that those are engaging. Let's wrap around to our core, make sure that we've got good energy there. Everything is nice and supported. Let's bring that up to our chest. How's our breathing going? We want a nice mixture of breaths in through our chest and with our belly here. And then with our arms, make sure we're nice and relaxed. Bring those shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in, breathe out some relaxation here. Make sure that those hands are feeling nice and loose and comfortable. We don't need any crazy grips. So cool, maybe wiggle your head around a little bit. Make sure your neck is feeling nice and loose and cool. So we just did a full body check here just to take note of how our body's feeling. Now I want you to get really grounded with your elliptical. Make sure that you're feeling, again, a nice rhythm with it. So we want to avoid having any sort of choppiness with our elliptical. A lot of the times we start to press on our elliptical and we start to feel really rigid. We're kind of working against our elliptical and go in crazy directions. We don't want that to happen. We want everything to feel like it's just flowing out of us, nice and easy, very streamlined and all of that, okay? So let's talk about our workout today. As I promised, it's not gonna be anything crazy. So we're gonna be here warming up. Then I'm gonna just have us find a nice, easy resistance. So just again, something that helps us feel just a little bit sticky in our elliptical, but not too bad. And then from there, we're gonna try to have a little bit of a slightly pressed pace. So just taking it up a little bit from this warm-up pace. Then for the last little bit of our workout, we're gonna just try to find that nice pressed pace with a little bit of resistance, and then we'll just cool it down. So really easy. I'm not gonna be giving you too many instructions today. We're gonna focus on our visualization. We're gonna focus on being somewhere and chilling out, okay? Awesome. So I want you to just go ahead in your brain, pick a nice outdoor location that you like to be at. I would say today we're going to be going at like a walk pace into maybe a slight jog pace, but that slight jog won't be towards the end, won't be until towards the end. So I would say just pick a location that you would feel good about walking, maybe doing a slight jog. So I'm gonna go with a hiking path, just because the way my elliptical feels, sometimes I feel like we're getting a little bit of a stair motion, so a climbing motion, so I feel like it's appropriate for the outdoor area. So I'm going to pick my favorite hiking trail. In my head right now, I'm thinking about the trail that goes up to where the Hollywood sign is. I was there recently because the LA Rams won the Super Bowl, and so they had changed the Hollywood sign to say, I think it was supposed to say Go Rams. The reason why I don't know is because when I got there, the sign was all willy-nilly, so it was really hard to tell what it could say. But I had to do a fun little hike to get there, like through the parking lot and then up a winding road before I got there. So we're gonna do some visualizations there. So this was our warm-up. This was us just kind of getting out the car to that trail. And we all know about that. Well, if you're a hiker, you know about that. There's kind of like the work you have to do from the car to the trail that makes you question, like, do I even want to go up this trail? Because kind of getting from the parking lot was a little bit of a struggle. That happened to me a lot, where I'm like, I don't know. Just this first part was a little bit much. I don't know if I want to venture into deeper parts, but that's where we're at right now. So we've just come up to the trail. So I want you to go ahead and pick a nice, easy resistance here. So again, we're just starting off here at the bottom of this hill. So we're starting to feel a little bit more resistance. So with that, we're still gonna try to maintain our nice warm-up pace. So think of this as like we have just entered the trail, right? So this is that part where, again, we're still contemplating, like, all right, we're gonna give it 5 minutes going up this hill. If we love it, we'll keep on trucking on. If we're like, not today, we might turn around, okay? So we've just entered in. Go ahead, take this moment, take a few deep breaths. Exhale, ooh. Smell that nice woodsy smell. See if you can really put yourself into this environment here, into this sort of hilly area. You're excited though, because we're gonna be hiking up to the Hollywood sign. We're gonna get there. This is gonna be a nice, easy little hike up there. We're in no rush, so you just go whatever pace feels good. But again, we're just gonna keep this resistance because we're going up a little bit. So again, let's just take some time to observe our surroundings here. Let's see a couple of trees. Now when we're hiking, it's always fun to just make some mental notes of landmarks, because sometimes on your way down, you get a little bit confused. You're like, I don't know where to go. So just taking notes of things like, do you see any signs that are telling you, 0.5 miles to the sign? Or do you see any maybe picnic tables or a monument, anything like that? Look around. Also, I want you to just kind of look around, see if there's a group near you that you can kind of pace yourself with. Like, oh, okay, they look like a friendly group of folks, or that looks like a cool little runner jogger there. Just someone to, again, really put yourself in the environment. Now let's do a little bit of a check with our body really quickly. I want you to see if you're starting to notice that you've been working with a little bit of resistance. You should feel a little extra heat that's building up in your body at this point, just because of the resistance, right? Because we're in the first part of this hike. So go ahead and do that. See how you're feeling. If you're feeling good, you're like, okay, I'm feeling like I am working a little bit more, but not too much, you're at a perfect spot. If you feel like you are not sure if 20 minutes of this is gonna be too strenuous, then go ahead and drop down your resistance. And if you're feeling like this is a little too easy, it's probably not, because this is supposed to be easy. So just hang out, be patient. All right, let's continue our hike here. So we're coming up to kind of a little windier little bend here so that we have a better view. So we're kind of overlooking a little bit of the city now. This is that low view. Anybody that hikes know that you usually can get like a view at 3 different parts. You have that like beginning view where you kind of see something nice, but then you get to that middle part, you can see even more, and then you get to the top with the best view. So we're at that little bottom part here. We're getting close to that first overlook. You're seeing like, man, this is really beautiful. It's a nice clear day. You're really excited to go make it to the top of the Hollywood sign here and see those views. So again, we're just having a nice little walk here. Oop, you see a nice fun little squirrel just popped out. He just batted his little tail at you. Don't be fooled though. We have some gangster California squirrels here. I'm just saying, like if you have a bag and you put it down, they will steal your chips. True story. I went to UCLA and I ran track there, and we would leave our bags on the track. And if you had like your sandwich in there or like some chips left over for decaf, those little guys would go, they would unzip your zipper. Like if you left it a little bit, they'd be in there and they would just run away with your stuff and then bat their little tail at you like, ha, got your snack. So yeah, and they're not afraid of people. They're not afraid of people. So just beware. If you come and you visit, you're going to the Hollywood sign and you see some squirrels, I'm not gonna tell you to walk away, but I'm gonna say don't engage, just saying. So you see that little guy over there, we're just gonna casually leave him where he's at and keep on going around the bend. So just so you know, we're gonna be coming up to a little bit of a change in our cadence in just a little bit. So I want you to just get really comfortable here with this pace and with this resistance, because for the next 5 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit more of a press. But I'll let you know when that happens, okay? So for right now, just bask in this pace and this resistance as we're kind of making our way around the hill here, and we're gonna start to make our way up to this second transition, okay? So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and increase our pace a little bit. Why? Because I told you that the squirrels are there are a lot here. So these two squirrels have noticed that you've got something in their bag they want. Now there's two squirrels and they're kind of giddying after you. So we're just gonna increase our pace a little bit. I mean, they're squirrels, they're not gonna catch up too fast, but we definitely wanna get away from them because where there's two squirrels, there might be 400, just saying. So you wanna make sure that we're getting away from here. We're letting them know there's no snacks for you guys here. And we're gonna just have this pressed pace. So we're gonna keep this pressed pace with the resistance for 5 minutes, just for us to get to our next little scenic overlay. When we get there, we're gonna be almost to our Hollywood sign, okay? So we're just gonna go here, and man, those squirrels are relentless. So make sure you're keeping up this pace as we're going. Now I want you to go ahead and come down. We're gonna actually take your resistance off. There we go. Because we've decided we're gonna leave a little bit of our bag down just to lighten up so we can move a little bit more. We've decided to kind of offer them a little peace offering. We're gonna give them one potato chip because we're jerks, and leave that bag. So now we don't have as much resistance as we're making it around, but you know, if you give a mouse a cookie, you've heard that book. What do you think happens if you give a squirrel a chip? Exactly. So we gotta keep it moving, okay? So they don't come find us. So we're gonna just keep this pace. Again, it's gonna be slightly pressed. So it's, you know, maybe a really slight jog if you're into that. And we're just making our way up the hill. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you keep this pace for long. We just are here, again, for a total of 5 minutes to get to this next overlook, okay? So now you're kind of noticing, you're getting close to that cool runner that we saw at the beginning of our trail. Remember, I was like, oh, look, there's a little jogger there. So now that we're kind of at a slight jog pace, we're kind of keeping up with them. We're feeling good about ourselves. We've got a good pace. We're gonna slide over, whisper to them hey, I kind of did a thing. I gave some squirrels some chips. Now they're after us. So maybe we should run together and tag team. So that's where we're at. We're in this mindset together that we're just trying to get away from these squirrels on our way to the Hollywood sign. Just saying. Okay, make sure you're breathing here. So just because we got a nice little jog pace, it doesn't mean we need to break our form, right? We're still keeping everything relaxed. We are breathing, we are working, we are moving. Breathe. Okay, how are you feeling? Don't look behind you though, because I don't want you to get spooked at the squirrels that are increasing in numbers as they're coming for us. Because we're just trying to get to the Hollywood sign. Now, as we're rounding this bend, again, I want you to take notes of some of the things that you see in your surroundings, taking some little mental pictures here. We're seeing some cool views of the city, bright blue skies, breathing in that fresh air. We're enjoying having this pace that our little jogger friend has set for us. Again, we're just excited to be here outside. Keep up your pace. We've got about a minute and a half here, and then we're gonna go ahead and get some more resistance because we're gonna be coming up to our last part of our hike, okay? So you're doing great. We've almost got to a point where we've outrun the squirrels. They're gonna give up on us soon once they get tired. So just keep focused here. Is there anything else that you see off in the distance that you're really excited about? Maybe you see a cool little overlook, you wanna take some pictures. Maybe you see a little bench up ahead that you're like, ooh yeah, you're gonna be my bench that I'm gonna sit on our way back down. Make a little mental note of that. We're almost done. You've got about 30 seconds at this jog pace to keep away Okay, that's a fun game. We're playing keep away from the squirrels. They know you've got more things in your bag, but we're like, not today. We gave you chips, go away. Okay, so keep it going. Pump those arms. You're doing great. And okay, so now we've lost the squirrels. They've decided to give up on us. So now we're gonna go to our last little part of this hike. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a nice easy resistance again. We're gonna slow it down again. So we are gonna go a little bit faster than we started, but slower than just now. Because at this point, we decided that the squirrels, they're doing their own thing. We have a little more resistance now because we're going up that last little part of the hill. Things are getting a little sticky. We're not quite running anymore. We're at a walk because this last little part of the path is a little bit, we gotta have some more concentration. It's a little more crowded. We're seeing that there's more people that are coming up here to this part of the hike. We have all these people up here that are here to take photos and to enjoy themselves. So we don't wanna be running because you might run into someone, okay? But you're really excited because we're almost to the Hollywood sign. You can see it in your mind's view, or at least you know that once you round the corner, you're gonna get the best view of it. So those of you guys who've never actually got a chance to hike to the Hollywood sign, there's a good part of it where you're kind of just in the mountain and you're looking around like, shoot, where is the sign? I know it's somewhere around here, but you have to like round the corner and then you're like, oh, okay, there's the sign. So we're at that part where we don't really see it yet, but we know we're getting close. We can see the little turn up ahead. Again, we're starting to notice there's more people around us. So again, we're just kind of going at a nice pace here because we don't want to run into anyone. But we're feeling that resistance because, of course, whenever there's something good up ahead, that means we got to work a little bit harder for it. So we got a little bit of resistance coming in here, but we should be there in about a minute or so. So I want you to be really excited about it. I want you to have in your mind all the different poses and videos and things you want to take at the Hollywood sign. Who do you want to show? Hey, came to LA, hiked to the Hollywood sign. Keep in mind though, it's going to be so many people there that you really have to have in mind what you want to shoot and be ready with whoever's going to take your picture, because you have about a 20-second window before someone else just slides into your photo and you have to give them that crazy eye like, don't you see me sitting here about to take a picture? They don't care. Okay, it's overridden with tourists. They'll just get into your picture. So be prepared for that, okay? Start to think of in your head, like, okay, this is how I'm gonna get the picture. If you're like me, I carry a tripod everywhere so I can take my own photos because I'm very rarely with a friend who can take them for me. So maybe start like assembling that bad boy. Like, okay, because we're gonna be there in about 15 seconds, okay? 15 seconds, you're gonna round the bend and you're gonna see the sign and you're gonna be like, woo, woo, woo. We made it to the Hollywood sign. And you gotta be ready to take all your pictures and be excited and to give yourself a pat on the back because you found it. Awesome, okay, we've made it. So go ahead and take off your resistance. We're gonna slow it down. So at this part where we went to hike the Hollywood sign, at the very top is actually a nice little parking lot area. This is where the observatory is. So it's a little bit of a different view of the Hollywood sign. So we're just gonna walk around the parking lot here to cool down. So we've already done all the work. We went up the hill, you did great. So we're just gonna allow our heart rate to come back down. We're just taking a nice stroll throughout the park. And then eventually we'll go ahead, take our pictures and do all that stuff, okay? But you should be super proud of yourself because we got up this hill really quickly to come see this sign. Also, you got away from the band of squirrels. Yay, yay, yay for you. No small feat. There should be a movie about squirrels in Cali. Like we have, what is it, like Willard or something like that, that's about the rats. There needs to be one about the squirrels, okay? So I'm just saying, squirrels can be dangerous here. PSA announcement for you guys, in case you guys are wondering. You can be like, Brittany told me that when I'm in Cali, beware of the squirrels, okay? Just letting you know. Okay, you guys are doing great. We're almost to the end here. Again, just make sure you're kind of taking time to cool down. Side note, when you do get off here, make sure you take some time to go ahead, stretch it out. Stretch it out. If you have a foam roll it out. Make sure that you hydrate really nice and you make sure you get plenty of rest. Recovery is key. Even on our easier days like this, you still want to make sure that you're going through the proper channels to recover, because even if it's an easy workout, it is still a workout for your body, so you want to give it that. So go ahead and take one more big deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Awesome. Well, it's been so much fun coming with you on this hike, and I hope to see you in the next workout. Bye for now.